So tell me a little bit about yourself and your brand.
So my name is Eddy. My partner and I have a brand called Mint Parsley. We sell chopping boards. We created these chopping boards because we both come from a background way back in the day in hospitality. I used to cook. Working in restaurants and in, kitchens was what paid for me to become a photographer. I was doing that for 25 years, still doing it now, 25 years. And we wanted to sell something online. So we went back to what we know, which is food. And food is, our love language. We cook for everybody. We host Christmas. We have, 4 sittings for families and stuff. And we love food. So chopping boards was as a natural progression.
I love that. So you went with a passion product.
I went with something that I want to sell that I feel very strongly about, and that is food, clearly.
So you said a little bit about you're at the moment a photographer. So you have your own business.
Yes.
What made you then want to start an e-commerce business?
The truth is I love being a photographer, and I think I will be a photographer for a little while longer, but I am getting to 50, so I want to do something that allows me to be able to work from home a little bit more. And eCom is something that we've looked at for a very long time. And it's one of these things that we didn't know what we were going to sell, and that is what stopped us from moving forward. And then when we connected with eCom Capital, they gave us a blueprint to say, okay, we'll do this, and then you will work out what to sell. And I think within 3 weeks of us starting that, we'd worked out what we were going to sell, which I heard is a record. Then we launched pretty quickly. We launched in January. We hit $10,000 in revenue within the first 3 weeks. We hit $20,000 in revenue in 40 days, and it's been good. There's a long way to go. We're not retired just yet, but things are positive.
And you said you've been thinking about it for a long time. So what made you actually take that final leap? Especially because you said it was the product that was kind of keeping you stuck and not knowing what to sell.
It was, for us personally, it was the product, but we also had another business that we were in the middle of selling. You can't run a business, try and sell one and launch another one and have family and raise kids and be a husband. So one thing had to be put down to give us enough time to pick up the other thing. And now that we've sold that other business and I've got a lot more time, I'm on the calls a lot, working for myself. A lot of people who are in the community have jobs and they work for somebody else. So it's hard for them to kind of go, okay, well, I'm going to carve out between the hours of 7 and 9 when they're exhausted to try and do this. Whereas we're fortunate enough to be able to go, you know what, Tuesday I am doing this. And I get up and I go to the gym and I come back and I'm there the whole day.
And you said it only took you 3 weeks to find this product. And also I feel like you've just been skimming through it so quickly. What makes you do it so quickly? Because there are people and it takes them such a long time. What's made you kind of do it, speed through it?
Directly to camera, get out of your own way. It's that simple. Like most people will get caught up in the minutia of, I need to have my logo amazing and waste 3 weeks on it. It doesn't have to be amazing. It has to be something, launch it. And then like there's a person that's planning on how to build a glider before they jump off a cliff. Jump off a cliff, build thing on the way down, and done is better than perfect.
And how's eCom Capital kind of helped you with the whole process?
I think it's given us clarity in the steps we need to take. And the easiest way to kind of put this is, if I'm trying to bake a cake, I can go and jump online and find the recipe and try and put it together, and it might work and it might not. Or I can go and speak to a pastry chef and say, show me how to bake a cake. And they give you a recipe. Now, the difference is that recipe, depending on who takes that recipe, if you give it to somebody who's never been in a kitchen before, they're going to get something. It's going to take them a lot longer. But if that recipe is given to somebody who's been in a kitchen before, knows how to cook, or is a business owner, they're just going to take that information and leverage it so much easier and faster because we've had the experience. We've eaten plenty of shit sandwiches running a business. We've lost money running businesses. We've acquired a lot of knowledge in the things that we have done up until this point that have now allowed us to go, okay, this is the vehicle that we want to invest our time and money in and effort. And now that's where we're going.
What would you say to someone that's been sitting on the fence? A lot of people have been thinking about starting their own e-commerce brand for 6, 12 months, years. Like, what would you say to those people? You were once in that position.
We were in that position. And I mean, everybody's got, like, our situation was we just didn't physically have the time. But You got to make the time. And if you are sitting on the fence, you can sit on the fence the rest of your life. Time goes. Money comes and goes. Money is a tool. You need to be able to use that to leverage the next thing that you want. Time, today, this 5 minutes, I'm not going to get this 5 minutes back. And for us, when we decided to go with Ecom Capital, we had the skill set and the ability to be able to do this without the help of somebody else. But it would have taken us 1.5 to 2 years. We've achieved what would have taken us 1.5 to 2 years in 6 months. Time.
Thank you so much, Eddy. We love actually working with you because you do the work, you always show up, and you're always willing to grow. So thank you.
Thank you for having us. I really appreciate it. Honestly, the community is very supportive. This is the first event we've been to, and I'm hugging most of the people here because we've seen them on calls for the past 6 months. So what you guys have built is you should be very proud. At the ripe age of 30, you've done well.
25.
25.